Hey everybody, Mike Rosenthal here. Hey, this is the video I've been talking about. A bit longer, going into more than just real estate here, talking about life. And just really kind of going into my story of what's happened recently, health-wise, actually good stuff, blessing in disguise, super stoked that it happened. So give you a little background. I'm 48 and used to be, athlete growing up, surfed all my life, all that stuff. Had a family about 15 years ago, started our family, me and my awesome wife, Melanie. And then it just, surfing and partying wasn't my prime focus anymore. Taking care of my family was. So business, notary business, driving around for 5 or 6 years in the car all the time. And then getting into real estate, office related work. So just never made the time to stay in shape. And loved food, sushi, pasta, carbs, all sorts of good stuff. Chicken wings. Anyways, lo and behold, about 3 years ago, went into the doctor, and doctor said, running my blood, doctor said I was pre-diabetic at the time. I was about 45 years old. She said my blood sugar was high. Pre-diabetic. If I didn't get off the carbs, reduce my carbs, get back into shape, things would get worse. And being pre-diabetic, well, you know where you'd wind up. So that was the news 3 years ago. Being a 45-year-old guy, busy with work and whatnot, I ignored her. So about back in May, about 3 months ago, I went into the doctor, hadn't had a blood test for the previous times, and she was on me about that. So got the blood test. Then on May 31st, as I'm sitting in the sushi bar behind me here in our office in Westlake Village, the Sushi Planet Sushi, whatever it's called, May 31st, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I get a call from my doctor saying, I need to talk to you about your blood test came in. Your blood sugar is basically off the charts. She told me what the number is. Honestly, the news hit me like such a brick. I didn't even remember what the number was. But she basically said, you're basically type 2 diabetes level sugar. Freaked me out. Thought I was like, what does that mean? Do I need to start going on insulin? What's the deal? She said, not yet, but if you don't make changes, yes, that's where you're going to wind up. She wanted to put me on an oral medication, and even that scared me. I've heard everything, with blood pressure and statins and cholesterol and all that. Once you go on medications, you never come off. So I asked her, can I just make the diet change and exercise change and not go on the medication? She said, no, because I'm worried you're going to have a heart attack. Your blood sugar's so high. So that was the wake-up call that I needed. That's kind of going to be a theme in everything I do now with motivational videos and talking about stuff. When you get the news that you're going to die if you don't make changes, it really helps with motivation. So I view that as a big, giant blessing. So as soon as I got that news, after raising a family, all the stuff Melanie and I have been through, her having cancer in 2011 and 12, having financial difficulties in 08 and again in 12 and 13, and just all the stuff we've been through and survived and gotten through, it just hit me like a ton of bricks on that phone call that, wait a minute, after everything I've been through, blood sugar's gonna take me out. I'm like, I'm not letting it happen. I've dicked around long enough. So that's it. This is the change I needed. This is the wake-up call I needed. So that was what it was, and it was actually a decision I made. It was as easy of a decision to make as it was for me. This is another testimony altogether, which I'll spare you guys for another time because I'm 4.5 minutes already. But back in 2002, when Melanie got pregnant with Elizabeth, when we started our family, that was another life-changing moment where I'm like, all right, I'm starting a family, time to leave the partying, hedonistic lifestyle behind and be a man and step the hell up and take care of my family. So this is the same sort of thing. It was a decision back on March 31st of that's it. I'm making the diet changes. I'm getting my ass back in the gym. I rarely try and use language in social media, but it's justified occasionally. I'm gonna work my fucking ass off and get myself back in shape. So that's what I've been doing, and I've had amazing results. Really happy. Down about 30 pounds at this point, going back to see the doctor in 2 days to find out what my blood sugar's at. So I know this is getting long. Wanted to share my testimony with you guys. Another amazing thing that happened in the process was the gel that Melanie and I have gotten on. You've seen her post about it. I haven't posted about it too much yet, but yeah, that actually was a great synergy to what I've already done with diet and exercise, and I've seen tremendous results from that as well. So bought some size 38 pants a couple weeks ago, down from 42, and now the 38s are starting to be a little bit loose. So I'll go into more detail on what exactly I did, but basically I cut out the sugars, cut out the bread, the carbs, and that's the standard of what I'm doing. You know, there's a few times where, you know, I still have a weakness for chips and salsa. Still go to sushi for celebrations and have rice. But, and then I'm hitting the gym, you know, 4 or 5 days a week, doing exercise at home, days I can't make it into the gym, walking the dog, going on a family hike, stuff like that. So it was the wake-up call I needed, and that's what I'm going to revert back to is, you know, no matter what it is you need to accomplish in life, if it's overcoming an addiction, a drug addiction, alcohol, cigarettes, getting over your fear for business, whatever it is. I mean, if you're having trouble getting through it, especially with anything health related, use it. Use what motivated me. You're going to die. I was going to die if I didn't get my blood sugar in line, if I didn't do what I had to do with medication and make these changes. My doctor told me, your blood sugar is so high you're going to have a heart attack. So use that, people. I'm using it. I'm using that motivation now, what I got from that, for other areas to excel my sales business, to build the other businesses I want to build. So, all right, I'm running long, guys. Sorry, 7.5 minutes here. Love you guys. Thank you for sticking on, and looking forward to doing a lot more with this. Always, please feel free to reach out to me. Anything I've gone through, the reason I believe that I've gone through it, the reason God's put me here, is so that I can share my story and my experience with you and help you. Reach out to me. Feel free anytime. DM, call, text, whatever. I'm here to help and share what I've gone through to help you. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Thanks for listening. Thanks for staying on. Bye.